Before time remembered names, the wild breathed alone, and the ancient lion slept beneath clay and turquoise, waiting for balance to be called. When the lion opened his eyes, earth awakened. Dust became prayer, and the first step echoed a promise between spirit, land, and future guardians. Each glowing footprint marked a covenant, reminding the world that power must walk gently, or become the shadow that destroys what it touches. At the forest edge, unseen watchers stirred, for the old ones knew the lion returned not to rule, but to recognize true protectors. The lion bowed to human spirits, teaching that guardianship is shared, and balance survives only when humility walks beside strength. As ancestral light entered the lion, the land remembered every promise ever broken, and every vow still waiting to be honored. From the ridge, the lion saw wounds across the wild, scars born when guardians chose silence, and destroyers chose speed over wisdom. With a pulse of turquoise breath, life answered back. Forests listening, rivers remembering, animals returning to paths nearly forgotten again. The lion walked among humans, not above them, revealing that new guardians rise when courage serves knowledge, and knowledge serves life. Thus began the trial of balance, where every choice would answer one question: who protects the wild when the lion steps aside? The lion watched as hands planted trees, not flags, and understood guardians are born when care outlives applause and patience replaces conquest. Among the roots stood elders, their songs older than borders, teaching the lion that memory is the strongest shield the wild possesses. Rangers moved like shadows of respect, tracking not dominance, but harmony. Knowing protection begins by understanding every fragile footprint. Scientists traced unseen threads of life, decoding whispers of soil and water, proving wisdom evolves when curiosity kneels before nature. The lion listened as numbers turned into stories, graphs into warnings, and knowledge became a torch against ignorance's spreading night. Yet beyond the firelight, machines roared, and the lion felt the ancient question rise again between guardians and destroyers. The earth trembled softly, asking no judgment, only balance, reminding all beings that survival favors those who listen longer. The lion stood still, neither attacking nor fleeing, for true power waits, observing which hearts choose protection without command. Children appeared, learning names of rivers and stars, and the lion saw tomorrow forming quietly within their unafraid eyes. Thus the lion understood guardians are not chosen by strength, but by those who accept responsibility when no one is watching. Storms gathered as the lion walked forward, sensing the age where choices echo louder than prayers across forests, oceans, and forgotten skies. The wild did not ask for heroes, only witnesses brave enough to stand between hunger for profit and the quiet breath of life. Lions saw scars on the land, yet also hands repairing them, proving redemption grows where responsibility replaces denial. Indigenous fires burned with wisdom, not destruction, teaching balance through flame, renewal, and respect for cycles unseen. The lion lowered its head, recognizing guardianship as service, not ownership, and protection as a vow renewed every dawn. Rivers reflected faces of many cultures, reminding the lion that the wild survives when unity outpaces division. In silence, the lion heard an ancient law awaken: those who defend life inherit its strength, those who exploit it inherit emptiness. The ground answered with renewal, seeds breaking stone, life proving gentler forces outlast violence and fear. The lion roared once, not in dominance, but in warning, calling new guardians to remember what is sacred. Thus the pact was sealed: the wild would endure, as long as guardians rise whenever destruction believes itself victorious. As night fell, the lion walked among camps of light, where guardians planned futures instead of conquests, choosing patience over speed. The stars listened as vows were spoken softly, promising protection without glory, and courage without the need for praise. The lion sensed fear within guardians, yet honored it, knowing fear reminds protectors what is truly at risk. From ash and memory, forests began returning, teaching that healing is slower than destruction, yet infinitely more powerful. The lion's mane glowed turquoise, reflecting spirit and soil, merging ancient myth with modern resolve. Voices of ancestors stirred in the wind, affirming that guardianship is a relay, not a crown. The lion paused, allowing humans to lead, for the age demanded shared guardianship, not solitary kings. Footsteps followed the lion's path, cautious yet determined, marking a future shaped by responsibility. The wild responded with balance, storms calming, waters clearing, as trust slowly returned between Earth and mankind. Thus the lion prepared to step aside, knowing true guardians succeed when myth becomes human action. At dawn, the lion lifted its gaze, seeing guardians no longer behind it, but walking beside the wild. Children learned names of rivers and trees, inheriting stories once guarded only by spirits. The lion's shadow shortened as humans stood taller, carrying balance through wisdom instead of dominance. No crown was passed, only responsibility, heavier than gold, lighter than destruction. The wind whispered approval, recognizing guardians who protect without claiming ownership. The lion stepped into legend, not vanishing, but becoming memory, warning, and guide. In silence, the wild accepted its new protectors, testing them gently, watching patiently. Guardians remembered this truth: destroyers take quickly, guardians endure slowly. As earth and spirit aligned, the lion's roar became a heartbeat within every protector. Thus the myth continued, not in stories alone, but in daily choices guarding the fragile miracle called life.